Slightly Unblended. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm doing this look with the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette from Bperfect Cosmetics and Stacey Marie. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Hey everybody, today I wanted to do something that I feel like I haven't done in a minute. I'm going to be doing a look with the Bperfect Cosmetics x Stacey Marie Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette. I have been in a terrible creative rut, and when this finally got restocked, because I tried to get it a couple times, I was just like, yes. And so I was like, this just speaks to me. Okay. So I figured I would try to channel a little bit of fall and a like sunset vibe. I wasn't sure what to do because I'm still feeling like I'm in a rut. So it was like, I'm just going to sit down and do something. So to start out, I'm going to go ahead and take my ABH A14 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Chili Pepper, which is right down here, and it's a darker red shade. And so far, I am very impressed with I've never used anything from Bperfect Cosmetics. So anyway, I'm just going to take some of Chili Pepper and I'm going to apply it into my crease and slightly into the deep crease, and I'm going to wing it out. So what I'm doing is I'm really just kind of like patting it down, but I'm also like doing little tiny back and forth motions just to make sure that I'm getting that color laid down. I'm going to go into the Black Beach here in a minute to really add some depth into the deep crease and the crease area. I have a fun idea for in the future, probably pretty soon, just because I've been into like just been in a rut. I can like filming my makeup whenever I do a look is always fun, but then like when I'm not really feeling like creating, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get my YouTube videos done, but I am, because I pre-record a lot. So I was thinking, what about if I did like a blending class? Like, I've heard that purples are hard to blend, and I love purple, and that could help to go into my monochromatic series as well. So just let me know if you'd like to see that. I think I would have fun with it. I just want to know what you think. So next, I'm just going to take the same brush. I cleaned it off. I'm going to go into Black Beach, which is this dark shade right here. And I'm going to apply it into the deep crease. Haven't had this issue in a while. My ring light got too hot and just cut off. So I'm going to let it cool off. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply this shade into my crease and work with that for a minute, and then give the light a little break. So I'm just gonna run it through. So I'm really using Chili Pepper as a transition shade right now. Now this palette came in the other day, and I didn't quite have a chance to sit down and film, and I did a look with it. And then I put some liner into the crease, and I had like too much caffeine, so I kind of wasn't as precise as I would have liked to have been, and I wasn't super crazy about it. I did get some pictures of it though, which they're not like the best of quality because I was in my living room and I was just ready to like chill. But I used a good bit of the eyeshadow shades because I could not wait. I was like, I don't really want to go film. I don't have time right now, but I want to play with it. And I was like, yeah, so many shades that just like my heart. Also, I have my little concoction of hydro liners from Suva Beauty on the back of my hand. But I'm just going to take the 07 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Blaze right here to go ahead and blend out Chili Pepper. And I'm going to go back in and touch that up in just a minute. But I'm just going to take a little bit of Blaze for right now and really start to get this blend going. So I've gotten the Audible app. I've had it for a minute because I had a free book and I listened to Raven about Jonestown, obviously, because I've mentioned it 30,000 times. But I've just been in a mood to where I want to listen to a book because I don't feel like I necessarily have a whole lot of time to read. And I was like, so I got it and I'm listening to, I do believe it's called Lacey. It's about Lacey Peterson. But I did come across one here a minute ago while I was doing my other eye. It's about Israel Keys, and I was like, yeah, that's the next one I'm getting because that's just like, that whole case was terrifying to me. So I'm going to go back into Chili Pepper after I've cleaned my brush off and just touch it up. So my camera cut off. Nothing says old school slightly unblended-esque videos like malfunctions that I'm having today. But I don't know quite yet where it cut off. So I'm just going right now back into Chili Pepper to really just touch it up. Maybe I can concentrate. I'm acting like I haven't done this before. Now I'm just going to take my Sigma E25 brush and go into the shade Sundown for just a little bit of that dark orange pop. And I'm just going to do a tiny bit of that before I go into Mango. Now I'm going into Mango with the same brush. I just cleaned it off and I'm going to really just blend all of that out. I'm going to take my Morphe M507 brush and a little bit more of that Chili Pepper shade and just touch that up. I've cleaned off my Morphe M507 brush. I'm going to go back into Black Beach and just touch up the shade in the deep crease. Now I'm just taking a little bit more Chili Pepper and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that shade in the deep crease. So now that I have that brush cleaned up, I'm going to go into Mango and really just touch that shade up before I go into Yellow. Which, what was that face about? Like, please forgive me, I'm exhausted. But my husband is bringing me... Oh, that's what that was. Please pardon the mowing. Please forgive me if you hear the mowers. I didn't know. I had no idea that they were doing that today. But I'm going to have a pumpkin cream cold brew, so I'm going to be bouncing off the walls. I'm so glad they're bad. They're my favorite. So I'm going to take my Sigma E25 brush and I'm going to go into the shade Yellow right here to really blend out the Mango shade. So I'm really looking forward to getting all my brushes really clean and like, cause I have more than what I use, but I have some that are put up and I am looking forward to getting them clean cause I want to do my cousin's makeup and I'm just like, yay, I get to do somebody else's. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the shade Blaze with my ABH A14 brush and I'm just going to touch that up while I'm doing all this and should be concentrating. All I can think about is, how am I going to do this makeup? Like, I'm so excited to get to do it on someone else besides myself. My thing is I just suck with time management. It's like, in all my free time, I'm like, have to get all this stuff done. And it's like, I need to break that into a schedule and get it figured out. Because my schedule for the last several months has been, I don't even know what a schedule is anymore. I'm going to go in and touch up the yellow shade with that Morphe M507 brush. Okay, so for right now, I'm going to call this my stopping point and to the point that I'm going to just go ahead and take my micellar water and some Q-tips and then use my eye primer to cut my crease. Then after I get that done, I'll go in and touch anything up that needs to be done. Alright, so I think I have it, and I'm just going to take a little bit more micellar water. As I was saying before it cut me off, I was taking some micellar water on a Q-tip and just kind of cleaning where the primer got on my face. So now what I'm going to do is now I'm just going to take Forest and run it through my lash line and bring it up about 1/3 of the way up with the with the ColourPop E10 brush. I'm going to take that, I'm going to take this and the Forest shade and just run it through my lash line. My coffee has arrived. Okay, but for real, I wanted to wait till the mower stopped because I didn't know that there was going to be mowing going on. So I apologize. Anyway, so now I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to go into the shade Tropics just to blend that out. And I love this green. Like, all these colors in this palette really speak to me. So I'm excited to get more out of my creative rut because I'm like, yes, I want to do all the dramatic things. And I thought about doing my little spacey look that I need to film. I have things that I want to film. It's just that I just haven't even really felt like picking up a makeup brush. But I was like, I could use this for that. Because I did use like, oh gosh, how many palettes did I use for that? I used the Raw Beauty Christie one. I used the Matte Description. I used the ColourPop Blue Moon. I feel like there was something else. I used quite a lot of palettes for that one. But I'm just blending out that Forest shade with this Tropic shade. So now I'm just going to take this Bamboo shade to blend this out. Well, actually, no, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Before I do that, this is how I did it. I'm going to use my Suva Beauty, my 610 brush, and I'm going to just activate this on the back of my hand. If I need to do some more, I use a few dips into my Dance Party, I do believe. Yeah, Dance Party and Freezy. I just mix those two together. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to run this through the crease and kind of wing it out. Suck at this and talking at the same time. So I'm just going to start from my inner corner of my eye and work my way out. Do y'all ever just like look at your skin and you like it looks like, hold on, I'll show you. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I've wetted that liner and it almost looks scaly and it's just like so weird. Like, dude, skin's weird. And we all have it. Yeah, that's just my thought process on things sometimes. So while I was cutting my crease out and taking, like using the micellar water, look at me being bold trying to talk to do this. But while I was doing that, I decided to go ahead and get that Audible book about Israel Keys, and I'm just like, that stuff is so wild. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know where I was going with that. See, I just had like 2 sips of my coffee and I'm just like, but granted, I had a cup of coffee at breakfast and I'm glad that I didn't have a Red Bull because that would have probably been entirely too much caffeine. Alright, for right now, I think I'm good on the liner. I'm just going to dip that in my whole water to get it cleaned off. So now I'm just going to take that bamboo shade. I couldn't even remember the name of it. But I'm going to take a little bit of that right here. And I'm going to blend out Tropics with it. When I showed my husband this look, he was like, oh, I gotta show you what this reminds me of. And he brought his Legend of Zelda record in here and showed me the art. And I was like, that's cool. Because he loves Zelda. Well, the Legend of Zelda, like the video games. Link and Zelda, like, yeah, I don't know. And I've never played those games. But I've always been a Super Mario World kind of girl. Or Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega. Oh my gosh, Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog games are my favorite. Same for like Road Rash. I grew up on that. It was like Sonic, the first one was really hard. I've never beaten any of the Sonic games. Sonic 2 and then Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Like we had all those when I was a kid, and we had Road Rash, which was like my favorite. There was another, we had Virtual Bar. I could talk about old video games for a while. But on the Super Nintendo, we had Super Mario World, and I beat it without any cheat codes, being little bitty me, and I was excited. And I just, oh my gosh, I love it. Like, I had all the Star Worlds unlocked and beat Bowser, like go in different parts of the castle. Which I felt like how the one way you could get into the castle to fight him was pretty much like beating the game without fully beating the game, because you didn't have to have all the Star Worlds unlocked to do it. And I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go through and find all the keys. And some of those castles, the castle before Bowser's, that one always kicked my ass. But I beat it eventually, and I was so happy because I was ready to throw that controller. But I'm just taking some more Tropics and blending it. Now on my Game Boy, I had the Dragon Ball Z game, the Boo's Fury, and a Sims game, a few Sims games. And I bought, after Boo's Fury, I never beat it until like 6 or so years ago. I got Legacy of Goku 2, and I don't know if I'll be able to beat that one. I probably could if I sat and dedicated the time to it. But anymore, instead of doing a lot of video game stuff, I've just been doing crafting. Because crafting really, it's like my other creative outlet, and it really, really helps me to de-stress. Like, just chill, you know. Okay, so I'm going to touch up Force now, after I've talked for, like, ever. And I know I talk a lot, but I really just want to let everyone kind of get to know me. Because I promise in real life, I'm probably not this talkative. I'm very awkward. And I'm getting comfortable with doing this, so it kind of helps me feel like I'm connecting with other people. And making it easier for other people to like get to know me without me being like awkwardly trying to be like, okay, these are facts about me kind of thing, you know. Even my camera says that I'm talking too much because it cut me off. But I was just saying that I feel like, if anything, doing tutorials and getting to talk really kind of helps me feel like I'm making progress with my socialness. My social anxiety and stuff like that. I just feel like this would be a good way for, it would make things easy, like make it easier for me to make friends, because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, like whatever. I don't even know if I'm making sense. In my head it's getting jumbled now. So now I think all I need to do is clean this right here. So I'm going to take some micellar water on a Q-tip. Alright, now I'm excited. I was like, oh my gosh, this look is taking so long. But now that I have this all colored up, I'm going to go finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? For the lower lash line, I used the ColourPop Chrome Gel Liner in Exit, and I applied some of the Forest shade onto that just to get it to where it would like be really pigmented. It's pigmented to begin with, but sometimes I have issues with my eyeshadow staying in my lower lash line. So I did that, and I used Tropics to blend that out, and I used Bamboo to blend that out. And for the inner corner highlight, I used Tahiti Green just to have that little pop. So yeah, I think that it's a very, very good palette. I do not regret ordering it. I plan to do a few more videos with it in the near future, and I will include swatches in those. I just don't have enough arm for all the shades, so I will have to have my husband help me out, and so he wasn't here. And I didn't figure you wanted my awkward up close since I suck at swatching on camera anyway, kind of things. My lashes are the You Little Minx lashes in the style It Girl. I will have their website listed down below. My friend Becca, she has the company, or the shop. And yeah, You Little Minx, I really, really like their lashes. They are some of my favorites. They are fluffy, easy to apply, comfortable wear, all that good stuff. And I'm so thankful to be able to try her lashes, and I can list some of my favorite ones. Actually, I have some on hand right here. April Showers in Savannah, April Showers in Savannah are my absolute favorites right now. I've tried them and I really like them. Also, Wildflower from this new style that she has is amazing, and I'm excited to try these sassy ones that I ordered. I just haven't really done a whole lot of makeup, so haven't got to try out my new lashes yet, and I love, love, love some dramatic lashes. Let me know what you'd like to see next down below. I will have my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook page, all that. If you're not subscribed yet and you'd like to see more of what I have planned for my channel, then please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you. Let's be friends. I'm awkward. Just jump on in and I'll try to not be so awkward when I'm talking to you. We can talk on Twitter too. That's usually where I go and do all my interesting rambling. And Instagram, I'll try to keep my stories updated. I might be including some more pictures of my cats. I love my cats. Let me know what you see next. Let me know what you'd like to see next down below. Don't forget to use hashtag #SlightlyUnblended for your chance to be featured in an upcoming video. And I think that's it. And I won't keep you here much longer. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye.